Hey everyone, happy holidays to you all. Welcome back to Sacred Cards. Christmas is a busy time of year for me and my family. I love the season, the music, the gatherings, but most of all, I love you and your support for the channel, and so thank you all very, very much. Today I'm going to share with you an update to my Traptrix deck profile post Valient Smashers. This deck is a popular one for my channel and I'm always working with it and trying to make my build as competitive as possible. I really hope you all enjoy this list, as I've got a really cool package in here that almost no other Traptrix players have caught on to yet, that only requires one card in the main deck. Be sure to check out the other content and profiles on my channel. We're almost at 200 subscribers and I can't tell you how thankful I am to be part of this amazing community, and I really appreciate all the love and support. So with all that said, I'll go through my deck list and try and explain the cards as best I can. Let's get into the deck profile. Kicking things off, pretty standard, is 3 copies of Traptrix Pudica. When normal summoned, she can add a copy of your Traptrix Garden Field spell from deck to hand, and when special summoned, she can banish a special summon monster on your opponent's field. Next best, I play 3 copies of Traptrix Murmillo. When she is normal summoned, she can search a whole trap card from your deck to hand, and when special summoned, she pops a spell trap on the opponent's side of the field. That is a mandatory effect, good for triggering your copy of Sarah. Next is 3 copies of Traptrix Mantis. When normal summoned, she can add a Traptrix monster from deck to hand. She can also, quick effect, return a set trap you control back to your hand, which can sometimes protect them if they are targeted. Now for 2-ofs, I run 2 copies of Traptrix Dionea. When Dionea can special summon a Traptrix monster from graveyard when normal summoned, and when she is special summoned, she can reset a whole trap card from the graveyard. Last of the Traptrix lineup is 1 copy of Traptrix Arachnocampa and 1 copy of Traptrix Vesiculo. Now this is a new ratio I've been testing and I really love it, as I swapped 1 Arachnocampa for 1 Vesiculo. A few reasons, but Arachnocampa is one of the best extenders, as she can special summon herself from the hand if you control another Traptrix monster. Her other effect can protect all your set back row the first time they might be destroyed, protecting you from cards like Harpy's Feather Duster. Now I did cut down to 1 because it does lock you into insects and or plants, and sometimes you don't always want that, and she can only special summon herself once per turn. So I decided to go with a copy of Vesiculos here for a few reasons. 1, she can special summon herself from the hand by sending 1 set trap card you control to the graveyard. And the main reason I like her is if you control no back row, you can banish her to set 1 whole card from the graveyard. So I like having that utility, plus I found that you really only need 1 Kampa anyway, so why not play another name? Now for the non-Traptrix monsters, I play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Just a great all-around hand trap. It stops a lot of plays and gives you a chance to go second, so 3 copies of Ash is perfect in my opinion. Now I'm also playing 3 Dimension Shifter. I've also considered Nibiru. I really like both, or another ratio I enjoyed was 2 Shifter, 1 Pankratops. Both of these are good options going first or second. I really like Shifter in this deck because it can play just fine under it, while most decks can't at all. The only thing you have to be careful with is when you use Pudica's effect to banish a monster, your opponent can pick any monster in their banish pile to special summon, but at that point you will likely be set up for success anyways. So that is it for the monsters. Now for the spells, I am only playing 1 copy of Traptrix Garden. First off, I love this card, and I was playing 2 before, but it sucks to draw into, and you really only need 1 copy. You'd much rather search it with your copies of Pudica. It does a lot for the deck by giving you an extra normal summon, protects your monsters the first time they would be destroyed by battle each turn. Plus, you can banish a monster you control to special summon one from your hand or graveyard, just to get an applicable effect. Next, for draw power and consistency, I am playing 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity. Pretty self-explanatory. You want to see your combo pieces or trap cards. Most of the time I only dig 3 cards deep, as most of your extra deck you really want to have access to. I really like Trap Tantalizing Tune also, as it does have more synergy with the deck, but if it gets negated, it really hurts. So 3 copies of Prosperity to round out the spells. Now for the trap cards. You may have noticed I'm not playing Parallel Exceed. It's a great card, but can be bricky, and it hurts when your opponent interrupts it. So I went back to an old favorite, 3 copies of Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. A much better option in my opinion. I'd rather see more of these in my hand than Parallel Exceed. It's great to see turn 1 for triggering your copy of Sarah, as you can activate it the turn it was set by having no traps in your graveyard. Also really good as it becomes a level 4 in your field, giving you easy access to rank 4 plays and making your copy of Time Thief Redoer live with the trap as material to interrupt your opponent. So 3 Shade Brigandine. Next is the Trap Hole lineup. I play 3 copies of Traptrix Holitea. Pretty standard for most Traptrix decks at this point. It can be activated the turn it was set by discarding any normal trap. It becomes a Traptrix name on the field, and when it's in the graveyard, it can banish itself to special summon another name from grave. Next is 2 copies of Gravedigger's Trap Hole. When your opponent activates a card in the hand, graveyard, or banish pile, you can negate it and burn your opponent for 2,000 life points. And the other is 2 copies of Floodgate Trap Hole. Not once per turn, when your opponent summons a monster or monsters, change them to face down defense position. They cannot change their battle positions. These are the best Trap Hole cards in my opinion. I'm really happy with these ratios. You could cut one Gravedigger's Trap for Trap Hole Nightmare. Time Space is also good. I do like Banishing Trap Hole. Play whatever you like. This is just an idea. I'm always messing around with the whole lineup, but at the end of the day, play what makes you happy. Who cares what me or anyone else says? The best part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is building a deck however you want to play it. Now that's it for the Trap Hole cards. Next I play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. It will negate a monster effect and all spells in the column you activate it in. Good if you have to go second because it can be activated in the hand. Another good going second card is 3 copies of Evenly Matched. You can skip straight to battle phase to clear your opponent's board. Then you can set up your plays and hopefully gain some card advantage. Also, normal traps are really good for the deck. Now the last card in the 40 card main deck is my own bit of spice. 1 copy of Full Armored Exceed. Yes, this is a normal trap, and because this deck makes rank 4s all day long, you can easily go into your copy of Xyz's Armored Fortress to search this card from your deck. I'll explain that a bit more in the extra deck. Even if you draw into it, this card's good, because if an Xyz monster is on the field, you can Xyz summon 1 Xyz monster using monsters you control. Banish this card from your graveyard, then equip an Xyz monster from your field or graveyard as an equipped spell, and it gains the following effects. The equipped monster gains attack equal to that card's attack, and if the equipped monster be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. Again, I'll explain the Armored Xyz cards in the extra deck. Now, speaking of the extra deck, let's start off with 3 copies of our best monster, Traptrix Sarah. Would not recommend playing any less than 3 copies. When any normal trap is activated, you can special summon a Traptrix monster from deck, and when any Traptrix effect is activated, she can set a whole card from the deck. Just really good for getting your plays going, gaining you card advantage over your opponent. Absolutely love Sarah. Next is one copy of Traptrix Cularia and one copy of Traptrix Adipus. With Cularia, if you activate a whole card, you can set it back face down so you can use it again. Plus, during the end phase, she can special summon a Traptrix monster from the graveyard. With Adipus, she will boost all your monsters' attack by 1,000, and once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of insect plants monsters you have, negate their effects, and then banish any normal trap from your graveyard to destroy one of those cards. The last Link monster I play is one copy of SP Little Knight. I was fortunate enough to pull this card out of my box of Age of Overlord. If you don't have one, that's fine. Play anything else you like. Little Knight has the effect that if it is Link summoned using a monster from the extra deck, you can target a card on the field or either graveyard, banish it. Also, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, target 2 cards on the field, including one of yours, banish them until the end phase. Extremely powerful card and very easy to make in this deck. Now for the rank 4s, I play one copy of Traptrix Rafflesia, one copy of Traptrix Penguicula, and one copy of Olimaris. You always try to make Rafflesia going first because she can detach material to activate any whole trap card in your deck for whatever you might need at the time. And she also protects your monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effects while she's on the field. Penguicula, probably one of my favorite Traptrix monsters. You can detach a material to search a Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. Also, when your opponent's monster is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, yours or your opponent's, you can attach that card as a material, and it is unaffected by other monsters with the same type as the material under it. Olimaris, with her, you can detach 2 materials to special summon a Traptrix monster from grave, or when a monster is banished or sent to the graveyard by your card effect, you can detach a material to special summon that monster to your side of the field. Good for sealing your opponent's monsters. Now for the non-Traptrix rank 4 monsters, I play one copy of Time Thief Redoer and one copy of Abyss Dweller. With Redoer, during each standby phase, it'll attach the top card of your opponent's deck as material. You can quick effect, detach up to 3 types of material, apply the effects depending on what type you detach. If it's a monster, banish this card till the end phase. If it's a spell, you can draw a card, and if it's a trap, you can non-target, place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on the top of their deck. Abyss Dweller is more for toolbox and a great option to have because it can shut down your opponent's graveyard and stop them from activating effects, which does hurt a lot of decks depending on your matchup. I like to be as best prepared as I can, game 1. Now, for the Armored Xyz package, I play one copy of Xyz Armor Fortress and one copy of Full Armored Dark Knight Lancer. Thank you, Age of Overlord. I actually absolutely love this package. As I said before, Fortress can be made with any rank 3 or 4 monster, transfer its materials, and it has the ability to detach 2 materials to search your Armored Xyz card from your deck. Also, if a monster equipped with this card battles, any battle damage it inflicts is doubled. Full Armored Dark Knight Lancer can be Xyz summoned using any rank 5 or 6 Xyz monster. It gains 300 attack for each material and equip card it has. It has the ability that you can target an Xyz card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. The best effect, in my opinion, is that if an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster you control, attach a monster your opponent controls to this card as material. I really enjoy having access to these cards, and it works so well in a deck like Traptrix. Now, the last 2 cards I play in the extra deck is one copy of AA Zeus and one copy of Super Star Slayer's Typhon Sky Crisis. Zeus has the ability that if an Xyz monster battle this turn, you can stack this card on top of its materials. Quick effect, you can detach 2 materials and send all other cards on the field to the graveyard. If another card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can attach a card from your hand, deck, or extra deck as material. Typhon has the effect that during the turn or turn after your opponent's special summon twice from the extra deck, you can Xyz summon this card with the monster you control at the highest attack. While this Xyz summon monster is on the field, neither player can activate monster effects with 3,000 attack or more. Also, you can detach a material from this card and non-target, return a monster from the field to the hand. Well, that is it for the deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you like or don't like, feel free to leave me a comment telling me what you think. Be sure to like the video if you did and subscribe for more content. Thank you all for your support and enjoy the Sacred Cards. See you all in the next one. Happy holidays, everybody.